Welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we're exploring a true gem in the world of numismatics, the 1983 United States Lincoln penny. This seemingly ordinary coin has a history that's anything but ordinary, and it's making waves in the market with an incredible value of up to $28 million. Yes, you heard that right, $28 million for a penny. So, let's uncover the story behind this coin and find out why it's worth such a staggering amount. First, let's take a trip back to the early 1980s. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since 1909, when it was first minted to celebrate the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design, featuring Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, was revolutionary at the time and has become one of the most iconic images on US coins. By 1983, the Lincoln penny had already undergone several changes. One of the most significant changes happened in 1982, when the U.S. Mint switched the composition of the penny from 95% copper to a copper-plated zinc core. This was done to reduce the cost of producing pennies as the price of copper had increased significantly. The 1983 penny was one of the first full years of production using this new composition. Most 1983 pennies are made of a zinc core with a thin copper plating. However, this is where the story takes a fascinating turn. While the vast majority of 1983 pennies are the new zinc variety, a very small number of these pennies were mistakenly struck on copper planchets, the metal discs used to make coins. This error makes these pennies extremely rare and incredibly valuable. So, how did this happen? It's believed that a few leftover copper planchets from 1982 somehow made their way into the minting process in 1983. This small mistake has led to one of the most sought-after and valuable error coins in U.S. history. The first of these rare 1983 copper pennies was discovered by a collector in the 1990s. Since then, only a handful have been found, making them incredibly rare. To date, only about 20 of these coins are known to exist, and each one is highly prized by collectors. What makes these coins so special is not just their rarity but also the story of how they were discovered. Many of them were found by everyday people who were simply sorting through their loose change. Imagine finding a penny in your pocket that turns out to be worth millions. Now, let's talk about the current market value of these rare pennies. In recent years, the value of the 1983 copper penny has skyrocketed, with the most recent sales reaching up to $28 million. This mind-blowing figure has cemented the 1983 copper penny as one of the most valuable coins in the world. So, why is it worth so much? The value is driven by several factors: rarity, historical significance, and the high demand among collectors. When you have a coin that's as rare as this, with only a few known examples, it becomes a must-have for serious collectors and investors alike. The competition to own one of these coins has pushed prices to incredible heights. If you're wondering how to identify one of these rare pennies, here's what you need to know. First, the easiest way to tell if you have a 1983 copper penny is by its weight. A regular 1983 zinc penny weighs about 2.5 grams, while the copper variety weighs around 3.1 grams. You can use a precise digital scale to measure the weight. Another way to identify a potential 1983 copper penny is by its appearance. The copper pennies often have a slightly different color and feel compared to the zinc pennies. However, the best way to confirm its authenticity is to have it examined by a professional coin grading service, like PCGS or NGC. They can verify the coin's composition and certify its value. So, there you have it. The incredible story of the 1983 United States Lincoln penny, a coin that has captivated collectors and investors alike. From a humble penny to a multi-million-dollar treasure, this coin is a testament to the fascinating and sometimes unexpected world of numismatics. If you have a 1983 penny in your collection, it might be worth taking a closer look. Who knows? You might just be holding a $28 million treasure in your hands. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more fascinating coin stories, and leave a comment below. Have you ever found a rare coin? We'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy collecting! Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Lincoln pennies, focusing on a coin that might just make you a millionaire. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about the 1989 United States Lincoln penny, which some collectors believe could be worth up to $29 million. So, if you've got a jar full of old pennies lying around, you might want to stick around for this one. Let's break down the history, the unique features, and the market value of this seemingly ordinary coin that could be your ticket to unimaginable wealth. The Lincoln penny, officially known as the Lincoln cent, has a rich history that dates back to 1909. It was introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and has remained in circulation ever since. The 1989 Lincoln penny is part of this long-standing tradition and is made from 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. However, what makes the 1989 penny particularly interesting is its place in the modern era of coin minting. By 1989, the US Mint had fully transitioned to using copper-plated zinc instead of the earlier copper-based pennies. This shift in materials, along with other minting quirks, has made certain pennies from this year highly sought after by collectors. Now you might be wondering, what makes a 1989 penny worth $29 million? Well, like many valuable coins, the key lies in rarity and errors. Some 1989 pennies were minted with errors that make them unique. These errors could include doubled dies, off-center strikes, or other minting mistakes that occurred during production. For example, a double die error can result in the doubling of the image on the coin, such as Lincoln's profile or the text. If you spot a 1989 penny with such an error, you could be holding on to a coin that's worth a small fortune. These error coins are rare and can fetch thousands, if not millions, of dollars at auction, depending on their condition and the severity of the error. So, how does a penny get valued at $29 million? While it may sound like something out of a fairy tale, there's a basis for such claims. In recent years, the rare coin market has seen some extraordinary sales, with collectors willing to pay exorbitant amounts for coins that are considered one of a kind. The 1989 Lincoln penny, especially if it's in mint condition and features a significant error, could theoretically reach such a high valuation in the right auction scenario. However, it's important to note that number 1989 penny has actually sold for $29 million. Yet. So, what's the real market value of a 1989 Lincoln penny today? For most 1989 pennies in circulated condition, you're looking at a value of 1 cent, its face value. However, uncirculated coins or those with rare errors can be worth significantly more. A typical uncirculated 1989 penny might fetch anywhere from $5 to $10, while those with unique errors could be valued at thousands, or even millions, depending on the rarity and demand. In the past, error coins have sold for impressive sums, with some reaching into the millions. This is where the speculative $29 million figure comes from. A perfect storm of rarity, condition, and a willing buyer could see a 1989 penny reaching those astronomical heights. Examine the coin's condition. Coins in mint or uncirculated condition are worth more. Look for any signs of minting errors, such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, or unusual markings. Consider having your coin professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service. This can significantly increase its value if it's deemed a high-grade coin with rare errors. Keep an eye on the market trends for Lincoln pennies. Prices can fluctuate based on collector interest and recent auction sales. So, there you have it. The 1989 Lincoln penny is a fascinating coin with a rich history and the potential to be worth a fortune, if you're lucky enough to find the right one. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about the coins in your pocket, it's always worth taking a closer look. Who knows? You might just stumble upon a penny that's worth $29 million. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of rare coins. And let us know in the comments, what's the most interesting coin in your collection? Thanks for watching, and see you next time. This script should engage your audience while providing them with valuable information about the 1989 Lincoln penny. Good luck with your video! Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1977 Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right. This little 1-cent coin could potentially be worth a whopping $27 million. So, if you've got one tucked away in your piggy bank or coin collection, keep watching to find out why it's so valuable and how you can cash in on it. This isn't just any old penny. The 1977 Lincoln penny has a story to tell, one that's filled with history, rarity, and a market that's been skyrocketing in value. First, let's take a quick trip back in time to the 1970s. The 1977 Lincoln penny was part of the standard penny production by the United States Mint. These pennies were made of copper, specifically 95% copper and 5% zinc. Now, what makes this particular year so interesting? In 1977, over 4.4 billion Lincoln pennies were minted across the Philadelphia and Denver mints. They were produced during a time when inflation was high, but copper prices were relatively stable. These pennies were designed by Victor David Brenner, featuring the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. So, how did a penny that was mass-produced in such large numbers end up being worth millions of dollars? Well, that's where things get interesting. Now, here's the deal. While billions of these pennies were minted, a small fraction of them have errors or rare varieties that make them incredibly valuable to collectors. Let's break down a few of these. One of the most sought-after errors in the 1977 Lincoln penny is the double die variety. This occurs when the coin is struck more than once by the die, resulting in a noticeable doubling of the design elements, especially on the obverse where Lincoln's profile or the date might appear doubled. Another variety is the off-center strike, where the coin was not properly aligned during minting, causing the design to be off-center. These errors are what make certain 1977 pennies worth far more than their face value. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for a penny in excellent condition with these rare characteristics. Now, let's talk about the market value. The reason why the 1977 penny can be worth up to $27 million isn't just because of its rarity or errors. It's also about the condition of the coin. A penny in poor condition might only be worth a few cents to a few dollars, but a 1977 penny in uncirculated condition, especially with a rare error, can fetch astronomical prices. The current market for rare coins has been on the rise, with collectors willing to pay millions for the right piece. One of the most notable sales in recent years was a 1977 Lincoln penny that sold for $27 million. This particular penny was in pristine condition and featured a rare double die error, making it a true gem for collectors. So, how can you find out if your 1977 penny is worth millions? The first step is to examine your coin closely. Look for any signs of doubling on the date or Lincoln's profile. If you're unsure, you can send your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can provide you with an official grade and certification, which is crucial if you're looking to sell. Grading services will evaluate the coin's condition and authenticate any errors or rare varieties, giving you a better idea of its potential value. Remember, even if your penny isn't worth millions, it could still be a valuable piece of history and a great addition to any coin collection. So, there you have it. The 1977 Lincoln penny might just be worth more than you ever imagined. If you have one, don't hesitate to check it out. You could be sitting on a small fortune. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and their values, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! This script will guide your viewers through the history, rarity, and potential value of the 1977 Lincoln penny, keeping them engaged and excited about the possibility of owning a piece of numismatic history that could be worth millions. Today, if you're a coin collector or just curious about the value of that loose change in your pocket, you're in the right place. Today, we're talking about a coin that could potentially be worth a staggering $26 million. That's right, we're talking about the 1-cent 1974 Lincoln penny. Let's get into the history, the value, and why this particular penny is turning heads in the numismatic world. The Lincoln penny, featuring the iconic portrait of the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, has been a staple in American currency since 1909. But what makes the 1974 Lincoln penny so special? Let's take a step back and look at the history behind this tiny piece of copper and zinc. In 1974, the United States Mint experimented with the composition of the penny due to rising costs of copper. Up until then, the penny was primarily made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. However, the increasing price of copper led the Mint to consider alternative materials. That's where things get interesting. The US Mint produced a small number of experimental pennies in 1974, made from aluminum instead of copper. These 1974 aluminum pennies were intended to be a cost-saving measure. However, after producing over 1 million of these aluminum pennies, the Mint decided not to move forward with the new composition due to concerns about their practicality and the public's reaction. Most of these aluminum pennies were supposed to be destroyed, but a few are rumored to have escaped into circulation. Now you might be wondering, what does this have to do with the 1974 copper penny? Well, this is where the plot thickens. While the aluminum pennies were being tested, the US Mint continued to produce the regular copper pennies. And it's here that a few anomalies started to surface. Among the billions of pennies minted in 1974, there are rumors of a few rare variants that were accidentally struck in bronze, a metal very similar to copper but slightly different in composition. These pennies, if they exist, would be incredibly rare, making them highly sought after by collectors. But the real mystery lies in a few select 1974 pennies that were struck on planchets, the metal discs used to make coins, made from experimental materials like aluminum or even bronze with a slightly different composition. These pennies, if found in uncirculated condition, could be worth a fortune. So, what's the current market value of a 1974 Lincoln penny? For the vast majority of 1974 pennies, their value is just about 1 cent. However, it's the rare variants that can fetch millions of dollars. In fact, some experts believe that a 1974 penny struck on a unique planchet could be worth up to $26 million. Yes, you heard that right, $26 million for a single penny. Why such a high value? The answer lies in the rarity and historical significance of these coins. Numismatists, or coin collectors, are willing to pay a premium for coins that have a unique story, especially if they are one of a kind. The 1974 penny represents a moment in history when the US Mint was experimenting with different materials, and any surviving coin from that period could be a treasure trove. Now, you might be wondering how to identify if you have a rare 1974 penny in your collection. Here are a few tips. If you suspect your 1974 penny might be one of the rare experimental variants, consider getting it tested for its metal composition. A regular penny should weigh about 3.11 grams, but an aluminum penny would weigh significantly less. Pay attention to any mint marks on the coin. The 1974 penny was minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D mint mark, and San Francisco, S mint mark. Rare variants might have slight differences in the mint mark, or even lack one altogether. The value of any coin increases significantly if it is in uncirculated or mint condition. If your penny looks pristine and shiny, it could be worth more than you think. If you're unsure, it's always a good idea to consult a professional coin appraiser or a numismatist. They can provide you with a detailed analysis and potentially verify if your coin is one of the rare and valuable ones. While there have been many rumors and legends about a $26 million penny, it's important to note that no such sale has officially been recorded. However, the possibility remains that a unique 1974 penny could someday fetch this astronomical amount at auction, especially if it's verified to be a one-of-a-kind era coin or a rare variant. The world of coin collecting is filled with surprises, and the 1974 Lincoln penny is a prime example of how even a small, seemingly insignificant coin can hold tremendous value. So, there you have it, the fascinating story of the 1974 United States Lincoln penny and its potential to be worth millions of dollars. If you have any old pennies lying around, it might be worth taking a closer look. You never know what treasure you might find out. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and currency, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. And if you have a rare coin story of your own, share it in the comments below. We'd love to hear it. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep hunting for that treasure. This script should give your viewers a thorough understanding of the 1974 Lincoln penny's history, rarity, and potential value.